What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode by Helmet to Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT. That's me, and joining me is my dad.
And what's happening?
Today we are going to be talking about the game against America's team and our new trade acquisition. Cue the intro music. Before we start, don't forget to like
and subscribe.
Okay, let's get into it. Now let's start with the trade acquisition.
Yeah. Today is October 7th, and yesterday there was, I don't know, for us, big news, right?
Yes, we traded for Randy and Gregory.
Yeah, that was a shocker. You sent me the news. I didn't even know about it. I was like, wow, the Niners are on it.
Yep, we're going all in.
Yeah, they're active. They're looking to improve the team, and they feel like this is the year for them, for us.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think this is a great trade because we barely give up anything, and we're paying them the veterans minimum.
Yeah, something like under 900,000. The Broncos are paying like $10 million of his salary, so we're not giving him much. And what did we give up again? We swapped a picks, right? In 2024 draft.
Yes, is it 6 and 7?
Yeah, we got their 7th, and we gave away our 6th. What I was saying is, like, if things go right for us, we may have the last pick in the 6th round, and the Broncos might have a top 10 pick in the 7th. So we might be only like a difference of 10 picks, maybe even less, maybe. So very little. So to get somebody like Randy Gregory, another pass rusher that hopefully will give some juice to this line, which hasn't really been extraordinary this season so far, right?
Yeah, it's mostly not pointing fingers, but I think a big part's because of Bosa.
Yeah, well, he did, hold out, right?
Yeah. I think when we hit, after the bye week, he's going to be on it.
Oh, I hope. Yeah, I hope before that. I think our bye week is pretty much right in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I hope he gets it going right now against Dak. That's
what
I'm shooting
now,
for.
But I feel like realistically, it happened after the bye week.
Realistically, yeah, he should be into mid-season form by mid-season. Let's hope he can get there quicker, faster, and DPOY is not really something you can talk about anymore. But it's a team thing now. It's not these individual accolades. We want to go for a freaking Super Bowl. That's what I was shooting for, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, should we look at Hargrave, the defensive player of the year? Just kidding.
I don't know if he's
doing
dominating.
well.
Yeah, he is doing great. How many sacks does he have
3.
again? 3? Okay. That's pretty good for a defensive tackle. That's really good. So we're getting some sacks, but we need some more help. We always needed somebody else opposite of Bosa and maybe Randy Gregory. I don't know if he's going to be rotational kind of guy or they're going to try and give him the starting job opposite of Bosa, but I'm hoping for the best.
Yeah, how many sacks do you think we'll have by the end of the year? Because he already has 1.
Randy Gregory, I would say, we kind of guessed about this one. I was saying maybe 6.
I said 5.
Okay, so 5 more for me, 4 more for you. Hopefully it's more than that, depending on how much time he gets to play, and if he's productive, he'll get more time. So it all depends on how he does. But with Chris Kosurik, our defensive line coach, he's been doing wonders with reclamation projects like this. So hopefully he'll be able to up Gregory's game. All right. Next up, we are talking about the injury report. You clued me in earlier about some of the latest about the injury.
Yeah, again, Elijah Mitchell's out.
Oh, man. I mean, he was one of our favorite players that year when we went to SoFi Stadium and everything that year against the Rams. He played awesome that season. I thought he was the next great thing, but injuries have really derailed his career for the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's always been that knee.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's the same knee or what, but it's a knee. It's a knee. All right. So, what other injuries besides that? He's out of the game. He's not going to play again. Who else?
John Feliciano is questionable with concussion.
Okay, he's a center, right? Or maybe
Yeah.
an interior offensive lineman.
And the rest of the Cowboys players, I don't really know who they are, so it doesn't really matter, probably.
And no big names,
Yeah, no
basically,
big
though, huh?
names.
That's too bad. All right. So they're pretty healthy. All right. Okay, let's talk about the upcoming game, basically, right? This is like the biggest game. It's only like the fifth game of the season, but this is a huge game. It was always going to be a huge game looking at the schedule when the schedule first came out, and it is truly a big game. A 4-0 team, us, against a 3-1 team, them. So, how do you think things are going to shake out? How are the Niners and the Cowboys going to match up?
Both defenses are great,
Mm.
but I do think it's going to be a high-scoring game. We'll say the predictions for later.
Oh yeah. It's true. I don't know exactly where the Niners land, but we are pretty high up there in the defense. But I just heard that Dallas was number 2 overall on defense, and they have a lot of turnovers and pick sixes and fumbles returned for touchdowns and whatnot. So they are getting at it, getting after it. So it's a little nerve wracking, but our offense has been playing pretty well this year. So hopefully that keeps going, huh?
A way I see us losing is if Christian McCaffrey is like not doing well.
Well, he is like the engine for this offense right now, by far, kind of like what Debo was back in that day. Um, yeah, we always need a good CMC game. That's always a cure for anything. Running the ball will be very important, of course. Time of possession, we're not as good as the Cowboys, but pretty close. We do score more points on average per game than the Cowboys, but that's real close too. So it will be. They don't have Trevon Diggs, but their defense still played really good. How do you think Debo is going to do? Is he back from injury? Is he totally healthy? How much is he going to be used?
Well, I feel like he's not going to be used like always at this point, but he was used a lot, of course, in 2021. I think it's mostly going to be Ayuk and Christian McCaffrey that could be used the most.
That has been the recipe most of the time. I would love to see Debo come out again. Hopefully, he's not ailing too much from those rib injuries and stuff. And of course, you and I would love Kittle to come out this game, coming out party. 100 yards plus touchdown.
Yeah, we expected a lot of touchdowns this season, but we haven't gotten one, I think.
No, yeah, he has not had any. He only had one game, I think, a 90-yarder or something.
Yeah.
Other than that, he has not done much or needed to do much.
He's used to block.
How do you like Shanahan's his choices to go for on fourth down? I mean, I don't know how many times this season, maybe 3 or 4 times, he's gone for it. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
I like the change. We've always been like complaining that he never takes a shot on fourth down. Like I feel like we should take a shot on fourth down if it's like 4th and 1 midfield. I think we should do it.
Uh-huh.
And now I think he'd probably do it now.
Yeah.
Because like I remember against the Cardinals, it might be like midfield. It was like 4th and 5.
Yeah.
And he went for it.
Yeah, I was amazed, and it was a pass play. So, man, he trusts Brock Purdy so much. There's no hesitation, no timeout. I don't know if it was a timeout needed. He just knew he's going to go for it. He got the momentum. Just do it. And I like that from Shanahan. That's a nice change. This is the evolution I've been looking for Shanahan. He needs to learn from his mistakes. So that's the only way he can improve. Not be stuck in his ways that didn't work before, think outside the box and keep the defense on their toes. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. All right, so I heard that about 64% of the tickets that have been sold for this game are for Niner fans. So we're talking about 36% is going to be Cowboys fans. That's what they're estimating by Vivid Seats.
I hope it's not untrue, but it probably is because they have the tickets and they know how many Cowboys fans are going to be there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Cowboy fans are really hardcore too, and they do travel pretty well. Um, Hopefully, that's not going to make a big difference. Um, we still have the home field, we still have the numbers, so it's not like SoFi Stadium or anything, but we'll have the numbers though. It'll be fine for that, I think. All right, so let's move on to the next topic. Key players to victory. Let's. What do you think is going to be important to have a good game? Who do you think is going to have a good game for the Niners?
Well, as always, McCaffrey has to play well. Has to.
I would love to see Shanahan rely on other people. Just it'll make me not worry as much because if CMC, knock on wood, you know, and whatever may be, whatever reason he can't go, full speed, whatever, that we still have a lot of weapons on our offense that should be able to, you know, to keep the thing going. So I would actually like to see other players step up and take the mantle for a game or two and be that offensive weapon that we need, you know? So, yeah, definitely. CMC, very important. He has been integral in our victories and in our scoring for sure.
But I think I focus not rely on one person all the time because if we don't win the Super Bowl this year, he's going to have to change something up and not rely on one player and learn to spread the ball around to everybody.
Yeah, like I think he played Debo so much before too.
And then we played so much of CMC last year.
Yeah,
That was just pretty getting injured though.
very true. Who else? Let's see. I mean, you were saying Ayuk should be having a good game, especially if Debo is a little bit still banged up. We might see. Ayuk was incredible in last game, wasn't he? His catches.
Yeah, we threw a lot of deep balls.
And he caught everything. He caught a lot of first downs, touchdowns. The guy is on fire. Like you said, the hype for him this offseason is real. The guy has worked at his craft and he is looking smooth, quick, fast, decisive, and he has great hands too. So can't wait for BA to have a great game too. Brock Purdy, of course, right?
He has to.
These are the guys that are so important. He does not get rattled. This is the amazing thing with Brock Purdy, right? He's gone through so much. This will be, of course, another test to see against the number 2 ranked defense, against the hated Cowboys, one of our biggest rivals, to see how he holds up. So far, he's passed every test, amazingly, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go on the other side then, huh? Let's go to the defense of the Niners. Who's going to be having a good game? They have to, guard CeeDee Lamb. He's a tough one. And then Tolbert. Well, he's not. What is he, a third receiver? Okay.
That's football card autograph.
Yes, we do have that. Pollard. That's a guy that actually I'm a little nervous about. Since we didn't have to really deal with him in the last game in the playoffs when he got injured, which I was like, whoa, man, that's a relief. We don't have to deal with him last game, but this time he looks healthy and, he's a great running back too. So our defense, like, who do you think? Hufanga is going to come up? Gibson?
It has to be Travis Ward shutting down CeeDee Lamb.
Oh, I hope he follows him. I hope he shadows CeeDee Lamb. Doesn't matter, left, right, slot. You follow him, shut him down. Exactly, man. I agree. CeeDee Lamb.
Also, the defense tackles and linebackers
Mm-hmm.
have to stop the run because defensive ends could probably do it as well. But I think it's mostly the interior and the linebackers.
Yeah, our run game is very important. We are like third in the NFL, averaging 153 yards. That's a good amount. Um, we do need to run the ball for sure, and um, we do need to stop the run. That's the usual, right? Usual recipe for victory. So hopefully Fred Warner will play just as well. Dre Greenlaw is back from injury,
Yeah.
and hopefully will be playing at a close to 100%. Defensive lineman, I want to see the old door get kicked down one more time by Hargrave.
Yeah.
But definitely I want to see Nick Bosa get his game on and get after Dak. Dak has only thrown one interception this whole season, so he has been protecting the ball very well, just like Brock has. I mean, Brock has 0, so can't get better than that. So, let's see. What's next up is going to be our predictions and maybe some stat predictions.
Yeah.
You got some thoughts on that, JT?
I think Purdy will throw for more than 220 passing yards.
Mm-hmm.
And McCaffrey, I think, over 110 rushing yards.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
And then Nuke, I think, will have his usual 100-yard game.
I wonder, Debo will get maybe hopefully 60 yards receiving, 30 yards rushing. I'm looking at that. Kittle, I'm hoping he's going to have a bigger game. Maybe 80 yards and a touchdown. Please.
Yeah.
I want Kittle back. So, all right. Sounds good. So, let's see what our victorious score predictions will be. Because we're going to win.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your prediction for?
Okay. I said earlier in this podcast that it was going to be a high-scoring game. So, I think it's going to be 42-35. 49ers win, obviously.
Man, that is a high-scoring game. All right. My prediction is we're going to stay in the 30s because that's what we've been doing. 31-24. We win by a touchdown.
Yep.
So it will be a pretty good scoring game. But truthfully, what I'm hoping for is a shutout.
Every game.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, thank you for doing this podcast with me.
Yep. I know we haven't posted in a while.
Yeah. But we're back, and I enjoyed this too much. So appreciate the time, JT.
Yep. And if you want to watch the game tomorrow, it's at 5:20 p.m. on NBC.
There you go. All right. We'll be watching it for sure.
And that's going to wrap it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And goodbye.